Welcome back to This Week on Staten Island. I'm Anthony Pascal. Fleet Week is in full swing across New York City. More than 1,800 men and women from the Navy, Marines, and Coast Guard are in town, along with several ships, some of which are docked right here on Staten Island. Joining me now to talk about how you can get a glimpse is Lieutenant Commander Andy Fry from the U.S. Coast Guard, and from the U.S. Navy, Captain Bill Edge. Gentlemen, thanks so much for being here, and happy Fleet Week.
Happy Fleet Week.
Let's talk about what Fleet Week really is about, and how the service members really look forward to this all year.
I tell you what, it's one of the biggest events of the year in New York, and we look so forward to coming and visiting with all the vendors, with the city folk, everybody. This is great for sailors, Coast Guardsmen, Marines, everywhere when we get to come to this.
And I know sometimes we see the visuals of the sailors traipsing through Manhattan, having a good
Right,
time,
right.
partying, and you know, it's a little bit about partying and a time for them to have some fun, but it's also a time, Bill, for them to be able to inform people what it is they do and teach people about the armed services.
That's right. We want the public to see what their tax dollars are doing, get a glimpse of the sea services, Navy, Coast Guard, Marines, what they do. You know, the Navy is the country's forward presence, power projection, Coast Guard, domestic protection. They've also served in the Middle East. And the Marines, obviously, are the power projection ashore. This is a chance for the public to get hands-on, close-up look at these ships and what they do.
And we have members of all three here on Staten Island for Fleet Week. And let's talk about, if people are interested in learning more and they want to see more, they can at the Stapleton Homeport. I want to put up some of the pictures of the ships that we have docked right at the Stapleton Homeport. Right here, I believe this is the USS Stout.
It is. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
It sure
Tell
is.
us a little bit about what that is.
The Stout is an Arleigh Burke-class guided missile destroyer. The destroyers are basically the front line of defense for a carrier strike group or an amphibious strike group. In other words, they're the perimeter defense to protect against threats to the group. They carry guided missiles, depth charges. They also can do anti-submarine warfare, but their main job is to protect those strike groups against enemy threats.
And these ships that are docked on Staten Island have been used in military zones before?
Oh yes, yes, they've been deployed many times.
And similar to the Stout is the USS Barry.
Correct.
Similar.
Same
in
class
what
of
they're used
ship,
for.
similar use, same class of ship.
We also have the Coast Guard's Sturgeon Bay. Talk a little bit about what that is.
It is. The cutter Sturgeon Bay is a domestic icebreaker. That's its main mission. But as of late, the mission of icebreakers have also become port and waterway security as well. So you might see it out there doing patrols to protect the water side.
And I know that if people want to come and get a look at these, are people actually allowed on board?
Oh yes, yes. They will be given guided tours by ship's personnel through the ship. Everything is unclassified. They're welcome to take photographs, to visit, talk with the crew members, and get a full look at the ship's spaces, touch and feel what the Navy and Coast Guard are all about.
Commander Fry, you've been doing this for some time now. I mean, talk a little bit about the feeling that you get when you see, especially young children, get on board, and how you're really teaching them about the life that you chose, about serving in the military.
Right, right. I get excited. I think I get so excited when I see a new face for the first time walk aboard a ship, and they're touching everything, and they get excited about maybe doing this for the rest of their life. And they'll tell you a story, or they'll tell you about a mom or dad that served before us in a sea service. But I think most importantly, the excitement they feel and they show excites us about our job. That's why we're here.
I know that we did a piece earlier this week on New York One, and we interviewed someone from the Coast Guard who said he actually watched the parade of ships during Fleet Week in New York City and said, I want to be on one of those boats one day, and now he is a member of the Coast Guard.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yes.
Talk a little bit about some of the other things that people can do if other than just tour the ships.
On the pier or on the shore, is a Navy EOD display, dive tank, explosive ordnance disposal team set up. We also have a display on how the Navy is protecting the environment in waste disposal, mammals in the ocean, things like that. There are also concessions. The Staten Island Volunteers have souvenirs and food and drink to purchase on the pier.
All right, well, it sounds like a great Memorial Day weekend, a great way to spend a few hours. And if people are interested, they can just show up to the home port?
Absolutely. Just walk up and you can come right on the gate. I believe the tour times are 8 to 5 each day. And then some of the other things that you'll see, the Coast Guard will be doing air demonstrations. There'll be 4 of those around the city. and other demonstrations on the ships themselves that if the public would like to do it, they can go to just Google New York City Fleet Week 2015. It'll pop up. You can look at the schedule. You can find out where the events will be.
We actually have the
go
website.
there.
I believe it's
good.
fleetweeknewyork.com, where people can get more information. Gentlemen, thanks so much for your service. Thanks for being here, and enjoy the rest of your Fleet Week. Bill Edge and Andy Fry, thanks so much.
Thank you, Anthony.
All right, it is time for a break. We're back with our Staten Islander of the Week. That's after this. Stay with us.